How's it going, everybody? We are Players of the Round Table. I am Nick. Followed with me, as always, the lovely Jermaine.
Going on.
It's Jeremy. I really should just do Jeremy.
Jermaine.
Bobby.
Jerome.
Yep.
Bobby. Whatever you want.
Jenny from the block.
Yep. 100%. I don't know why. Never mind. I'm not even.
It's very late. It's very late.
It's 2:20 in the morning.
It's very late. This is our final one.
For whatever reason, when you said that, I was immediately going to go, yep, and my milkshake brings the boys to the yard.
There we go. There it is.
Yep,
Jenny from the block. Bring those boys to the yard. There's the new full nickname for it.
Yep.
Alright, guys. So, this is E3. Nintendo.
Yep.
Holy shit.
This is like the only thing that actually got me hype off
Holy
of E3.
shit. So let's be honest, Nintendo, who usually is so fucking lackluster for E3.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Killed it, in my opinion.
They stole the show.
They
were the best conference.
They put out exactly what they needed to, and more importantly, the things that I thought they were going to bank on, they didn't even bring up.
Yep, they didn't.
And shit,
everything was a surprise.
And shit that I thought was dead, finally came up from the woodwork. The only thing, just even really quick, jokingly, that they didn't bring up, which I'm not going to bring up on the list of stuff that definitely didn't, was they brought up so much stuff with Metroid-esque. I honestly was going, I swear to God, if they say Earthbound 3, I'm done. Like, if they even say Earthbound 3, I was like, oh my God, Nintendo's answering every prayer. But I'm not ungrateful. Metroid fucking killed it. But anyway, So going off that, let's start at what they actually first announced.
Yep, and it's probably the smallest announcement that they've got.
Sadly,
I think they wanted to get it out of the way.
But it is the smallest thing.
Yep, Xenoblade 2 has a release date for 2018.
Mm-hmm. They showed a lot more story.
Yep.
The blade looks fucking awesome. It doesn't look like a round fucking dildo like it did in the first one. Let's just be honest. The blade looks awesome. Character interactions are cool. They showed the turn-based combat, which is awesome. Very subtly, you had to pay attention. If you rewatch it, you can definitely tell. They show a lot of the party.
Yep.
They don't show it in the still moments, though, because they really only show the main character and then the main chick.
Yep.
But there are a lot of party members that gather with you. And the fights look awesome. The enemies look cool. The enemies' armor and gear looks really cool, too. The blades the Xenoblades that are going against each other look awesome. It looks really good. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, 100%. So, two announcements that we'll do back-to-back that I didn't see them announcing, because I literally didn't think they were going to announce anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about Yoshi is coming to the Switch.
Yep.
And it's
another one. Another woolly
Yoshi
adventure.
But it's not even woolly because
they're just calling it Yoshi.
Yeah, and everything's like handcrafted.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like Little Big Planet on steroids.
Yeah, you're doing yarn ball throws and stuff
and
like that.
It's like Unravel. Like how real the backgrounds look.
And the major feature with this one is now it's oh my gosh, I'm like really dating myself here with this. It's the gameplay is very Super Paper Mario, where it's on a 2D plane you're looking at, but then now the whole thing is the flip side of that, environment.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, it looks incredible. Mm-hmm. I'm really, really
being
excited
able to like walk in a house on one panel and then the whole screen flips and now you're on the inside of the house.
I am super on board with the whole fact that they are keeping it a 2D side scroller.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I think it's great.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. And Woolly World was a success.
Oh, 100%.
Woolly World was great.
It was a great game. And also, like, I mean, as kiddie as it looked, it was a complex platform.
Oh, absolutely. It was difficult.
It was not easy by any
It was
standard.
very difficult. Mm-hmm. The other one you freaked out about.
Kirby!
Yep.
Kirby!
So, Kirby. God. So, just like with me and Sonic, this is how Nick is with Kirby.
Kirby is my Nintendo fucking thing. I mean, there's a lot of Nintendo that I love, obviously, but Kirby's the fucking number one. So, biggest thing about it, they're definitely bringing stuff back. The closest game I find it very similar to is Kirby 64.
Yes.
Main reason being, so now, yet again, this one has up to 4-player co-op, which is really cool. And the other thing which I was geeking out about was, now you can recruit characters. So say if you're playing by yourself, but you still want to have 3 companions, you can do that. You throw a little bit of yourself in there, and then they, gain your trust. But what's cool about this one is combined abilities.
Yes.
And not just like how I think the past 4 Kirbys, if you swallow multiple enemies or try to combine, it just does a random ability. It doesn't do like an actual. This one, like if you get an ice and rock, you're like that. Oh God, I can't think of what it is. That not washboard, whatever the what I'm talking about. The sport in Canada. What is it called? The sweeping one.
Curling.
Thank you. You're literally the curling thing, sliding down the thing.
I literally had that conversation with somebody.
Did you?
Yesterday.
That's hilarious.
But I called it shuffleboard.
No, because I know
you
shuffleboard.
You called it washboard. Curling. There's not even board in it.
I know, that's curling.
Oh my god.
So there's that. There's a bunch of different other like mixed abilities. It just looks awesome. The only thing I was pissed about was it's 2018.
Yeah.
So
but it's okay. That gives us a major game for next year.
And you know what? Take all the fucking time you need.
Yes.
Yet again,
make it right.
My biggest thing, which I was so nervous about the Switch, was that there's not enough games and the library isn't big enough, and we're finally getting. These are ample games you're gonna get, and also too, like, you know, we even have just really quick, we have, you know, ARMS coming out this Friday.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of stuff coming out even still this year.
Splatoon.
Exactly, yeah. Splatoon's coming out right the month after.
Yep.
So we have a bunch of stuff coming out, but yeah, more importantly, it's like, hey, there's stuff still coming out this year plus next year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I know this was not talked about at the conference, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway because it's awesome. And you had a fanboy moment. I'm gonna have a fanboy moment. So Sonic Forces got a new trailer. Which
yes.
It's incredible. They give gameplay from Modern Sonic, Classic Sonic, the custom characters.
And something you complained about, which they kind of answered. Well, so your whole thing was because now they're showing off the villains.
Yes.
Because your whole gripe was about Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow's in it.
Shadow's in it, but Shadow's a bad guy. Yep. And Shadow is a bad guy alongside Metal Sonic.
And Chaos.
And one of the Sinister Six.
Yep. And the main one, which nobody wanted. Yeah. The Sinister Six one. Yeah. The other three, fuck yeah. But
the game is. Oh, and then some crazy like
robot
dude, but no.
Yes, the hedgehog to control them all, or whatever's happening. Yeah.
I'm still confused. Like I'm still just I'm lost.
Well, here, hold on. So remember, let's keep this contained.
Yes.
We'll talk about this in the next podcast, 100%. So you even mark a note of like podcast episode 15. There you go, big old star.
Big old star.
Here's my whole takeaway from it. So, main bad guy right at the end of the trailer throws a bunch of cubes.
Yep.
My opinion is I think it's going to be time warps and dimensions, so I think he's going to take characters from different dimensions, which is
why Classic Sonic's back.
And more importantly, which is why I think Shadow's against you, because they took Shadow from when he was bad, not just Shadow now. Yeah. And same thing with Chaos. Chaos was already defeated and done. I don't think he's still existing. I think they just took from when he was alive. And same thing with, Metal Sonic always keeps coming back. It's a robot who gives shit.
So that happened.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Super fucking awesome.
So, a little bit before E3, there was a Nintendo Direct based off Pokemon. We're going to combine the announcements from E3 and the announcements from the Nintendo
just because
Direct.
It was so close.
Yeah, and just make them all the Pokemon
and
stuff.
Technically because it does link as well. They do talk a little bit more about what got announced as well as an upcoming thing.
Yes. So, let's start with probably the least of the cool stuff, which is Pokken tournaments coming to the Switch.
Yes, with extra characters.
Yep, Decidueye is a new character, all the DLC from the old one. It'll have amiibo support with Shadow Mewtwo, even though I think he's in the game anyway.
Yes. But this one, it's a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, and it looks awesome. It's kind of like how Mario Kart 8 had the Deluxe. It's the same thing. It's Pokken Tournament DX Deluxe.
Bingo. And what's more important, I think, with this one, which Mario Kart had the same suit, but I think with Pokken Tournament it's a lot more viable, is, you had these games that came out on Wii U, but Wii U sold so much less. So we have so much more people now with how much better the Switch sold.
Yes,
now people can truly get into Pokken Tournament.
Yep.
So I think that's really good.
Yeah, and Pokken Tournament was, I don't want to say it was a sleeper title, but it kind of was.
Oh, it was. I would totally agree with that.
It was a Pokemon fighting game made by Bandai Namco.
Let's even talk about this really quick. So at post E3, we had the tournaments.
Yes.
Only one registered Pokken Tournament Pro player was there.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of YouTubers and then pros of other fighting games.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Other Pokemon news, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which is kind of like Black and White 2.
Yep.
Basically,
at least so far of how they're pitching it.
Yeah, it's an alternate story set in the same region, in the same world. Different Pokemon will be in the different games that weren't before.
Yep, different story, and then at least for right now, they're saying, they're being too vague in my opinion. They're just saying new Pokemon. I don't think that's what it is. It's different versions.
Okay, sure.
Of current Pokemon.
I don't even think that. I think it's the Pokemon that were exclusive to Sun can now be caught in Moon.
Oh yeah,
that's what I took it as.
I agree with that too, but that's where for me, just the term new Pokemon is way too generic. You have
just new Alola forms of maybe like Johto Pokemon this time or something.
And I'm secretly hoping if they're going to be smart, which is what I'm really hoping they are, they're going to add new Megas.
Yes. Yeah.
That's going to be, or new Alolan forms.
Yeah.
That'll be the thing that changes the game, in my opinion. That will take it from, oh, it's just another game to, now I got to get it. Because I'll be honest, and coming from a Pokemon fan who has religiously bought every Pokemon game,
like I need it.
I don't. I really don't. And maybe it's because I'm getting a little bit older, but like, I still love Pokemon just as much. Another really, really like super quick thing. Speaking of Pokemon on the eShop, super quick, they chimed in that Silver and Gold.
Oh yes,
is going to be. It's going to be on that. It's going to have the e-bank linkable with it, so you can import those Pokemon directly right into it. Pokemon Silver, for anyone who doesn't know, is by far my favorite Pokemon, hands down. Emerald is second, because of its post game. But yeah. Just want to say that really quick.
Cool.
Anyway, sorry.
And then the big announcement was that there is a streamlined core RPG Pokemon game coming to the Switch, just like everybody always wanted.
So, here's the debatable question, though, because I brought this up to a major Pokemon fan like myself.
Yep.
The question now is going to be, is it going to be a game like Sun and Moon, or when they say core RPG, do they mean a game just like Pokemon Coliseum?
No, I think it's going to be Sun and Moon. I think this game is going to start the 8th generation, though. I don't think it's going to be Alola. I think it's going to be a brand new region, and I think they're going to do a whole new thing where whatever the new region is going to have different kind of forms. So, and it'll be all the Pokemon that didn't get Alolan forms.
So what I'm also thinking too, if they do that, because I've got a theory about that myself. If they do that, instead of having two versions on 3DS, it'll be a version on the Switch and a version on the 3DS that are different.
Yep, 100%.
Yep. That you can trade over and import and all that stuff via wireless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Imagine Amiibo support.
Yeah.
Because you already have Pokemon Amiibos.
Yeah. Plus,
you also have so many Pokemon Amiibos.
Also think of the idea, too, that I have a Switch and you have a 3DS and we could play against each other.
Awesome.
Let's kind of spin off of that real quick. I know I had a thing to go with, but we're totally going to move that over in the terms of Minecraft. Now, Minecraft was not talked about at Nintendo's conference at all. It was talked about at Microsoft's.
There you go.
But it had a huge update in the fact that aside from the Sony family of systems, Minecraft will be fully cross-compatible between all the systems. Wii U, Switch, PC, the Pocket Edition on iOS and Android, and the Xbox family of systems. Something that was announced, or at least clarified today, is that in order to play Minecraft on these massive servers for crossplay on the Switch, you must sign in with a valid Xbox Live account that has an active membership. So,
which is interesting.
I don't know if that means that you're going to have to pay for both Nintendo and Xbox to play Minecraft online or not.
Well, let's also bring up really quick the fact that we got no information of the
online or
service.
the eShop or
and they and also too, the thing was, it was supposed to be, the online service was supposed to kick in near the end of this year.
Well, now it got pushed back to 2018.
Exactly. So now it got pushed back, so we don't know. And personally, this is purely just my opinion, I don't think they're going to instigate something until we hear about the eShop or Virtual Console. Which, same thing, we didn't fucking hear anything about that. That really bothered me. That was the only thing that really upset me, because I really like Bomberman 64 and stuff got announced for Virtual Console, and I lost my mind. It's my favorite N64 game, and it's just like and I have a Wii U and I have a 3DS and stuff, and it's like I can buy them, but it's like I want it on the Switch because it's handheld. Yeah. The 64 ones I can't get on 3DS. I can only get on Wii U, and yes, I can have it in the tablet. But I want the tablet on the go. I want really with the Switch.
100%.
And it's like, why am I going to buy it on that when I know I can just wait? But it's how long are we waiting? Yeah. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's go on a more positive note. Some other stuff.
Yeah, so let's go to the other third-party title that I completely forgot to even write down. Is that Rocket League is coming to the Switch.
Also a game that's multi.
Yes. So that one is going to be a game that you can play. You can get into a game that somebody is on Xbox, somebody is on PC, somebody is on PlayStation. Yep. It'll never be, though, that you can do somebody on Switch, somebody on PlayStation, somebody on Xbox, somebody on PC at the same time. But you could randomly find
teams of teams of consoles.
Yep. So you could randomly be on a Switch team playing against an Xbox team, or playing against an Xbox PC team. Technically, they could share because PlayStation could play against PC, but. It's all different, but there's another one of those games.
There's variety.
Yeah, they are adding a lot of content to Rocket League just in the same way that they did with Minecraft.
Well, the biggest thing that they brought up was, especially for the Switch version in particular, it's Mario and Luigi items and hats. Yep. And they also said potentially exclusive vehicles.
Yes.
They haven't said that at least day
100% should be the carts from Mario Kart.
Yep, that's exactly my. And also, I think that future reference. I think they're gonna put a Rocket League kart in Mario Kart as an upgrade.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely.
I guarantee you they'll flip that.
That, and I also think that we'll get some kind of Mario themed course.
Oh yeah, Rainbow Road or something. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do.
Maybe they'll do a new item for Rumble.
I don't know if they'd go that far. I don't know if they change it that much.
Yo, imagine if they did. Imagine if they did a mushroom and your car doubles in size.
Yo, that'd be cool as shit.
Yo, or the ball doubles.
Oh yeah.
Or get smaller.
Or get a piranha plant.
We're doing too many. We're doing too many.
We're doing that thing again. We're doing that thing again. We're getting hype about something that's not happening.
Too many. Or the chomper or whatever, and it pulls with it like it does in Mario Kart. And it follows the ball automatically, so then it even goes in the air.
Oh my god, man!
Imagine multiple. So you're just hitting it and then a tornado. Oh god. Too much. We got way too hyped.
Wait.
God,
we
made up.
Ready? I have something crazy.
We made the best game that doesn't exist.
But you ready for this?
Go for it.
A bullet bill that follows other players and destroys them.
I have another one. Yoshi tongue ability, where you get them and then they're in an egg.
Yo. Blue shell. Anybody connected to the ball immediately gets destroyed. No. Yo, this is too bad. We gotta stop. We're gonna stop now. This is bad.
Or at least, closest person to the ball.
Yep. All right, we need to stop that.
Way too many.
Let's talk about. You want to talk about this now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this is your thing. So go for it.
Fire Emblem Warriors, pretty amped. They showed a lot more stuff. A lot of the characters. So mostly, I mean, of course, we got Marth. That's all we got for older Fire Emblem characters, which is kind of annoying. I definitely presume that they're going to show more, but what they really showed was all the characters on the cover. So you got Marth, you got the two main characters from Fire Emblem Awakening, and then you also got definitely the two lead families from Fire Emblem Fates. We've still heard nothing from Echoes. And more importantly, at least in my perspective, I haven't seen anything from like Radiant Dawn or anything on Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. So we still haven't seen Roy. We haven't seen Ike. We haven't seen Lynn even from OG Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned, just because I need the roster, in my opinion, to be big. Because especially it sounds awful to say, but it's like even at the same time, like I it's not a game where I need all of them to have super unique movesets. Right. I just need to have the characters.
Yes.
That's the whole point. Especially with, games, ironically enough, one game I've been mixing it up with a lot, title-wise, is just called Fire Emblem Heroes, which is the app game. Yep. Because, there is so many characters that you can play as. Even in the story, though, which I'll already kind of half take back the statement that I'm worried about, because in the story you do meet a lot of characters that are in the Fire Emblem universe that they haven't showed off as playable, but I would be very surprised if you get introduced to them and then don't play as them.
Correct.
So we'll see what's going on. But yeah, they already showed off the cover of the game and stuff. And also really quick too, so you play as two twins, a brother and a sister, which obviously you're going to alternate between as the main character to play as.
Yep.
And then going back and forth between that, defeating a dragon that has cursed the land, and that's the whole main setup for it. Very Dragon Quest Warriors, at least for the story. Like, I mean, almost shot for shot of the story intro, even like the brother and sister. And I was just like, wow, I really thought that they would do something unique, like how Hyrule Legends did or Hyrule Warriors did.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just kind of kept the same premise, and that scares me a little bit, because I just really hope that they keep.
You just really want it to be good.
Yes, and it is coming out for Switch and for 3DS.
Yep. Simultaneously.
Yeah, simultaneously. But in my opinion, I don't think the games are going to be 100% the same.
I don't think so
either. Going to have to be
because the Hyrule Warriors Legends on 3DS is a lot different than Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that it's. I think it's a game you have to. It sounds awful to say. I think it's a game you have to get on the Switch.
Yep.
You can get it for 3DS. It's an option, obviously, if you don't have a Switch. You're so cheating yourself out of the full experience, though, without it being on a home console. Ironically enough, with the Switch being a handheld, but we both know how that goes.
Yeah.
Really quick, too, something that they didn't announce at E3, but me and Jeremy, being the sneaks that we are, definitely had to look around for some stuff. There are new Fire Emblem amiibos coming out.
Yes.
That they didn't announce. I don't know why, because they're coming out in the wave of the all-new amiibos, which we'll go into in a little bit.
Yep.
But Chrom and Tiki are the two new amiibos that are coming out for Fire Emblem.
And they're up for pre-order places.
Yes,
places
you can check out. Something way more interesting, though, is their bases are for Fire Emblem Echoes. They have the checkered red base with the checkered pattern, which is exclusively for Echoes. Now, I was just a little bit like, but at the same time, I mean, they're not Smash characters.
Right.
So it makes sense to do that base. But, I mean, I'm assuming there will be amiibo support for it in Echoes, but more importantly, are these amiibos coming out for Echoes or for Warriors?
Right.
We're not sure. So it's very interesting.
They could be coming out for the new Fire Emblem game that they're still not talking about.
Very true.
So.
And I also believe that new one will have full amiibo support for all the Fire Emblem
100%.
characters. Because they definitely have a full roster of characters now.
Yeah.
And we still have Corrin coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're also going way overboard with amiibos more than I thought that they were going to continue going. But we'll get there.
Yeah, I thought that was done. I thought that was kind of over the hill, but nope. It is a whole. It's just nope. Your year was done.
Yep.
Or right back in it, because I thought Smash was going to be it, but they're churning that
so
still.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So let's set up the 2 Mario games, and I say 2 Mario games because there's really 2 Mario games. There's Mario and Rabbids crossover, which if you guys want to hear us go into, you can check out the Ubisoft press conference.
We really went in on that one.
Because Ubisoft opened their press conference with a Nintendo game, oddly enough.
Mm-hmm.
It comes out on August 29th, which is really cool, because that's my birthday. So, gift ideas.
Also, it's just a really good fucking game.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Mario meets XCOM.
Yeah. Tactical Mario-esque game. Some people are even relating it, if you've never played XCOM, another great example is it plays very similar to Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Old school Fire Emblem, not this new one. Where it's very turn-based, grid-based setup. Which is cool. I think it's going to be good. And more, really quick too, something I want to chime in with this. I think this game is very important for the silliest reason. I think it's very important because I think it's going to get kids who play Switch and who are very Nintendo based and are very Mario based to finally start expanding the mind of turn-based RPGs.
Yes.
The best way to introduce it. I didn't bring it up on the one before because I think it's more prevalent with this. I think it's very important. Like, even a small example is like even my brother, who isn't, he's a bit younger, but he wasn't too big on turn-based RPGs, and I finally showed him Pokemon. He super got into it. I think this is that game, though, for people who, if you don't want to make that drastic of a jump, but love Mario, this is the fucking perfect idea. And if you've played Rabbids, it's like, it's perfect, too, because even for the kids who, I think, did enjoy that, you've already grown up a little bit, too. So I think it even caters to that. And also for even, dudes in our 20s, I think it's like, I look at that and I'll go, turn-based fucking Mario, hashtag Mario Superstars, fucking let's do this shit. Like, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Plus, it's already going to be comical and fun, and it's good. And then let's talk about the fucking the fucking Mario game that if
everybody cares about.
You're a fucking idiot if you have a Switch and you're not buying this game. You're a fucking idiot. I'm saying it right now. Proclaiming
that's hurtful.
Fuck that. That's not hurtful. It's why you bought a Switch.
Yeah.
You know it's why you bought a Switch.
90,
you can be a Zelda fucking super fanboy and bought Breath of the Wild, but you know what the fuck.
There's gonna be that 0.1% out there that doesn't buy it though.
Yeah.
And that's one tier.
That's fine. No, it's not a tier. Take back that tier and buy the fucking game. Don't waste it. Water back in your eye. And that is, so it is
2:45 in the morning.
Mario Odyssey.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
I always keep wanting to call it Super Mario Odyssey, but it is just actually technically Mario Odyssey,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that basically comes out October 27th.
This year.
Yes, this year.
This year.
Which they said holiday 2018.
And it's October.
Or 2017. I don't consider the end of October being a holiday.
We're past Halloween.
True. Yeah.
We're not on Thanksgiving yet, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I consider November the start. But, I mean, it is close.
Yeah.
But more importantly, too, I mean, that's, in my opinion, too, it's also super important. I think they're sniping that intentionally early for 2 big reasons. One, so the real gamers can pick it up and not fight with everybody in line. And most importantly, they're going to come out with it right around then because that is the perfect console bundle to come out right before the holiday
100%.
season. That's going to
That'll be their Black Friday bundle.
Bingo.
Actually, I'm going to say this right now.
Oh, he's calling it, people.
Yep.
He's calling it.
Calling it. This is their Black Friday bundle for the Switch.
Okay.
It's going to be $350.
He's calling it. Look at him. He's predicting.
And it's going to come with...
Does the Notebook say this?
Well, it's going to come with Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart.
Damn, for $350?
Because that's what they did with Splatoon and Smash. They did a Wii U for $280.
But what if they do Splatoon 2?
I don't think they will.
No,
I think it's too far ahead. If they do any other game, they would do Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah.
It would be Mario and Rabbids and Super Mario Odyssey, or Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart.
That'd be amazing.
But and maybe it won't be $350. Maybe it'll just be $300 because it's Black Friday.
No, $350 is good.
But I 100%.
That's a steal for those.
Yeah, because you're essentially getting 2 games then for $50.
Yeah, that's an absolute steal.
So I think I'm calling it right now.
Retailers, fucking listen.
Yeah, right.
I'd buy it if I didn't already have a Switch.
Yeah, 100%. I might buy it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, but anyway, so really quick, we're not gonna super go into Mario because we
just said, there's a lot.
It's fucking obvious. They showed everything. New Donk City.
Yep.
They showed a bunch of stuff. The most important takeaway from it is the fact that they did confirm the whole Mario hat being alive, its own spirit thing.
Yes, and you can capture
any enemy, any enemy or any person, anything, any character in the game. You can throw your hat at, take temporary control of, and then port out of them, which is really cool. So
it's
you can
really interesting.
The quickest example to come up with is obviously you can take over even townspeople and stuff, which is funny. But the most important one that they really showed off a lot was you can take over a bullet bill, fly over to a direction Mario couldn't get to normally, and then dip back out. So you can use bullet bills as transition and stuff like that, which is really cool.
It's really fucking cool. I'm super excited.
Amazing. There's enough stuff in New Donk City alone for you to already waste a bajillion hours in. Not to mention all the worlds you're jumping in. The other really important takeaway was that Mario's going to get a bunch of different outfits to do a bunch of different stuff in the game. A lot of people also didn't realize. I noticed this from looking at it, which I thought was way cooler, but apparently a lot of people don't. Most, at least for the ones that they showed off for Mario outfits so far, they showed a poncho, a safari outfit, and other stuff. Those all relate to older Mario games.
Yes.
A lot of people actually didn't realize that, but that it actually references a lot of older stuff. Even quick tidbits. Obviously, Mario's not running around in a poncho for a whole game, but there is games where he has done that before. So I just wanted to bring that up as because people thought that was a totally new thing, and it's not really. But anyway.
So I kind of want to talk about this before we talk about that.
Okay, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll touch on the amiibo now. There were a lot of amiibo announced.
So many. Well, really quick. So let's. I'm just gonna bring up the subtlest one first. Breath of the Wild. They did the 4 Guardians, and they also. I don't think we even wrote this down. They did the 4 Guardians, and they also fully gave. I shouldn't say fully. They gave better detail on the expansions.
Yes.
For each one for Breath of the Wild. So we have the kind of endless challenge mode dungeon, which was cool because they did even announce that there's 2 different types of even gameplays that you can do now for the story, which is really cool. And then a full extended story. Yet again, they were very vague on it, but obviously if they're adding in the amiibos, my opinion is that you are now going to be playing the hero's legacy. So you're going to be playing what was happening back then of the flashbacks. Now, here's the question that I have, which, after looking at the cover art and stuff, I'm very curious of. Are you going to be playing as Link, or are you going to be playing as Zelda?
I think you're going to play as Zelda.
I'm not sure. But I would find that very interesting, because they showed Zelda as
amazing.
Yeah. I think that would be fucking awesome, and that would give so much more character story. Link still wouldn't have to talk then, but you could have Zelda be then the main character and have her go through so much more dialogue. I think it's very necessary, to get way more. And that would be a thing. I'm not even joking. If I did that and played as Zelda, I would replay through the story again. That would make me just to get that much more emotional feel with it. I even 100%ed it and got the whole secret ending with all the cameo cutscenes and stuff. But yeah, I would still love to get that side of it and then go through it again. I think that'd be way more impactful.
Absolutely.
So that was the quickier one with amiibos.
Yep, and then they did the Super Mario amiibo, which were Goomba and Koopa Troopa.
Yep. Those ones are going to be tough to get. Yeah, I'm saying that right now. Yeah, those are going to be tough.
Then they did Super Mario Odyssey ones, which are wedding themed.
Yes,
and it's Mario, Bowser, Peach, and Luigi, right?
No, just Mario, Bowser and Peach.
No Luigi.
So far. Okay. Yeah, because the whole main thing of this one is Bowser right out the gate takes Peach to go get married. Yeah, that's the whole thing. He's stealing her away, which has happened in a couple Mario games before. But then and then this one, Bowser has his whole wedding party of bad villains who are also Rabbids. But rabbits, but not Rabbids. Yeah. Not the Rayman-esque ones like in the other game, but they are bunnies.
Yes.
So I'll just say bunnies to make it easier. Yeah, they're all bunny-esque villains, which are very weird. I don't know why or how they're relating it to that. We talked about that in the Ubisoft one too. Yeah. But yeah, so those amiibos look pretty fucking cool. We already talked about the Fire Emblem ones.
And then all we have is the amiibo for that one, right? There weren't any other ones.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So I'll do the amiibo first, and then we'll talk about the games.
Yeah. We gotta talk about that game first, so that we can drop that bomb like Nintendo did.
Yes, exactly.
Boom.
So
Mic drop.
So the amiibo is a double pack, at least for right now. Even when they talked about it at the Treehouse event, they didn't. They just showed them each separately. But it is.
Oh, but by the way, the wedding party is going to be sold as a triple pack.
Yes, as well.
As well, you can buy them individually or triple pack.
Mm-hmm. And then for this one, it is a double pack for Metroid, which is a Metroid amiibo and Samus.
Yep.
The Samus looks awesome,
and it's because there's a new Metroid game on 3DS called Samus Returns,
which is
coming out this year.
Technically, a remake of Metroid 2.
Yes.
Just to bring that up really quick. It's fucking amazing. If you are into old school Metroidvania games, it is the fucking remake of a fantastic Metroid game. There's armor upgrades. There's fucking mapping for the whole area. There's upgrades now, even in particular, for you to expand the map and look at secret areas and stuff like that. One thing that Nintendo fucking killed on this that I just want to throw kudos on super quick. They did not announce this game out the gate. They announced this game at the Treehouse after they showed off Super Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey, Jesus Christ.
Which, on top of that, even before we mention that thing, that's a remake. They also announced another remake. A remake of a Mario and Bowser game at the Treehouse, which we did not hear about at the actual event. Which is really, really cool. So we're getting 2 remakes of older games. The Mario and Luigi one isn't that old. It's Game Boy Advance.
Well, Game Boy Advance is pretty old.
But I mean, compared to
Metroid 2, fucking
but
later.
Speaking of Metroid with numbers, they dropped the bomb that everybody's been waiting for so fucking long. Metroid Prime 4 got announced for the Switch. It's in development for a potential 2018 release date, and I could not be more excited.
Fucking huge. And especially, I can't wait to see. Now, for anybody who didn't see it, the only thing they did was just show a title screen.
Yeah.
That's it. And I mean, it based off how Nintendo has killed it with everything else, I don't want to say it was a cop-out, but it was, because I would have loved to at least just see an outfit, something. But that's how they do it. They're going to leave us in mystery.
It's okay.
They're going to leave us in mystery until we see a solid gameplay. If it was any other company, this sounds hypocritical, but here's why. If it was any other company, I would have hated that move.
Yep.
The only reason why, Nintendo does events all year, always, for any event. And Nintendo will exclusively make events for it. So.
Rarely makes bad games. And
especially Metroid.
Yeah, and when it's Metroid Prime, and it's a real Metroid Prime 4.
Numbered game.
It's just, I feel very confident.
Especially for the Switch. I'm super amped for it. On a really quick note, too, something that I want to bring up, which I think is, super awesome, but super derpy. The Metroid amiibo is actually squishy.
Really?
Oh yeah, John, know that?
No, I didn't know that.
The orb of it is
that's awesome.
Literally squishy.
That is so cool.
So sick. I saw that. They were showing it off at the Treehouse. I was like,
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of the Treehouse.
Yeah, they went in ham. They did almost about an hour's worth of gameplay in the 3DS Samus Returns. It's fucking good. And it's also tough. There was a point where the chick was, even doing counter hits and stuff, because that's a whole new thing they implemented, which I'll go in on details. If you want to hear about it, please, that's one. Definitely leave in the comments if you want me to go in on Metroid games we've played through, and also details on this one.
Yep.
But they showed a whole new counter move, where if an enemy gets close to you, you can smash them with your buster, and then you have a 2-second window of busting a bunch more shots and stuff. Kind of like how Breath of the Wild did if you did a counter.
Yeah, okay.
You can hyper slash. It's the exact same way. So they did stuff like that, but even there was a boss after she did. The chick at the Treehouse event did 3 boss fights.
Oh wow!
And the last one was tough. She died probably 6 times, then finally got it. And she even said she's like I know people might be complaining or something, but she was like, well, obviously Metroid fans know this game is tough, and we wanted to show that. We didn't want to just skip to parts that were fun in this game. This game is tough, and you should know that going into this game.
Yeah.
Also really quick too, on the 3DS version, because we got the most details for that one, there's 2 different editions right out the gate. There's a $40 edition for the game, and then there's a special edition, which is $50, and is going to come with the soundtrack. get that edition.
Yes.
The soundtrack for the game is phenomenal. They're including, I already know this because I've already talked about it, it includes original tracks from Metroid 2, as well as redubbed versions of those songs, as well as totally new score.
Yes.
And the soundtrack already, from just hearing the Treehouse event for like an hour and a half, completely worth it.
Yes.
Even if you're not a big soundtrack person, this $10 is completely worth it.
Yeah, it's only $10.
Yeah.
So one last thing we want to talk about, going back to Amiibo and Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't even shown off at Nintendo's conference. It was shown off at Bethesda's.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about Skyrim on the Switch. There's going to be motion control inside of Skyrim on the Switch for both the sword, the shield, the bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good. It looks almost maybe in between the 360 PS3 and Xbox One PS4 game. But if you put the Breath of the Wild Link Amiibo on the Switch, you get a chest. And when you open the chest, you get the Master Sword and Link's Breath of the Wild outfit. And I'm literally buying this game to run around.
Are you really fucking buying it?
Absolutely.
Here's
I am buying it to run around.
Here's why.
Link in Skyrim.
Here's the biggest problem. Why? Well, first of all, why are you wasting your money for two big reasons?
Because I've never played Skyrim.
Okay, that's fine. You want to know what you should get Skyrim on?
Xbox One.
Yep. Do you want to know why?
Because it has mod support.
And you can get that mod right now.
Yes.
On Xbox One.
Yes, but it'd be so much cooler on this one.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
No.
Yep.
This is my limit of Skyrim. It needs to stop.
Nope, it's good. Nope, well, I'll be all right. Once we get it on the microwave, we're fine.
It's too many fucking versions.
Skyrim one day, everybody keeps forgetting about this. One day, Skyrim is going to be a game that sits on the screen on people's smart fridges. Ever go to somebody's house that has a smart refrigerator?
Games,
they got little games on there. Yeah. One day Skyrim's gonna be there, and everybody's laughing. I'm calling it right now. Skyrim for the fridge. $10 download in 2035.
Get the fuck out. 2035.
Yep, 2035. Yep, 2035.
The gaming scene's gonna take off on the fridge by 2035.
Yep, 100%.
You heard it definitely here first, folks. Definitely heard that one first.
2:56 in the morning thought.
No, but I'm serious. I apologize ahead of time. Our video's already hitting about 40 minutes, but I think we can go on this one a little bit longer.
Yep.
Skyrim needs to fucking stop. It's way too many things. The VR was awesome because it's a full game for VR, and they're really doing support, and you could really tell it's a whole new experience.
Skyrim is almost getting to the point where it's on as many consoles as Minecraft.
Bingo, and it just needs to fucking stop. I love that Skyrim's a major thing. I love that everyone's played it, but this is too big. It's too much, and I'm sorry, it is too dumb of a gimmick to implement. What they should have done, and even if you're gonna do bullshit mods that anybody could download right now at this point. What they should have done was way more amiibo support.
Yes.
Way more. Mario outfit where you throw fireballs. Do a bullshit one with Luigi and just color it green. Do a bullshit shader. Peach run around with the dress.
Pikachu, you have electric abilities.
Do even Zelda. If you're going to keep the Zelda theme, do Zelda and have Zelda's outfit. Why is it just got to be Link? You know what I mean? Just like shit like that. Even Epona.
Yeah.
Just keep Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? Just even that stuff. I think it's a really shitty cop-out. And for a game that got promoted day one for the Switch, it's still not out, and when it comes out, it's not even that much better. It still doesn't
have a release date.
That's what I'm saying. We still don't even have shit on it.
It's this year, but it's not.
And it's very annoying. It's very upsetting for me. I would rather them put all of this time instead of remaking or report. I'm sorry. Let's call it what it is. It's a fucking report. It's a report. There's nothing fucking really new. The PC mod's even fucking old. All they're doing is just including it on disc.
Yeah.
That's all the fuck it is. And not even on disc, but not really, because you still need the fucking amiibo for it.
Yep.
Whereas on Xbox One, it's free right now to download, and you literally just have it. And honestly, this is me throwing shade at this point. The fucking PC the PC mod that got ported, I guarantee you plays better than the fucking amiibo.
Yeah, probably.
I guarantee you, because the modders spent real fucking time on it.
Yep.
That I guarantee you, because of how long it's been out too. But yeah, so that pretty much wraps up at least Nintendo, but also too, really quick, we did want to kind of chime in on some stuff that didn't get talked about that we kind of predicted.
Yeah, I expected.
Or at least, exactly.
Expected.
Let's do the smaller one first. So
this one?
yeah, so
Okay.
no Animal Crossing.
Yeah, no Animal Crossing.
Really was surprised.
Especially with all of the trading card or amiibo card support stuff going on right now.
I was actually going to bring up even something sillier that I think you might agree with me with. I actually didn't even think that they were going to do a big game. I would still, for the record though, not to get confused, I would love an Animal Crossing game on the Switch.
Me too.
Fucking handheld support to get that mix. They've already had the jump on both. What I really thought they were going to do though was, because they've been doing phone support, I thought we were going to see an Animal Crossing-esque phone first, to then and then what I was hoping what they were going to do is some type of like run currency collectible game to do that, gain furniture and stuff, and then what I thought what was going to like blow it out of the water was then next year they do an Animal Crossing game on the Switch and you link your accounts.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fucking sick.
Or even if they did like Happy Home Designer Deluxe.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. But then you get to import that shit into the game when it comes out. I thought that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
So you get to really put in the time and effort and it pays off. And then the big one, which I was shocked, because I'll say this, I thought Nintendo was going to sleep this year, and I thought they were going to milk off this one announcement. They didn't even bring up Super Smash Bros. For the Switch.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Which, I don't even care if it's Super Smash Deluxe. I don't give a shit. I think we'll see Rayman and Rabbids in it.
I think we'll definitely see more characters in it.
Yes, I think there will be a couple additions here and there.
I also think, especially after seeing this E3, I think they're intentionally waiting because of all these games.
Yes.
I think they're intentionally waiting to get more, like, you know, even Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
We might see a different thing for Sonic or something like that. You know what I mean? Just even stuff like that.
Different stage, different music. Mm-hmm. We might be able to get... And I've wondered why they never did this before. Why Yoshi and Kirby don't have yarn forms.
Yes, agreed. Totally agreed. Also, like too, they might even add Inklings.
Yeah, the Splatoon kids.
As fightable characters, especially because Splatoon 2. Do a new map for Splatoon.
They put them in Mario Kart. If they put them in Mario Kart, they could put them in Smash.
Also, one thing, which would be the easiest fucking thing, is fucking ARMS characters.
Yes.
If it takes off.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even think it has to take off. I think they'll do it anyway.
Just ARMS characters.
Yeah.
And do it like Mii Fighters, though.
Yes.
One generic setup for, you know what I mean? Just do the boy and the girl. You don't have to go crazy. Like, I don't need the full roster. So it pretty much covers it. If you've stuck with all of these, because Nintendo is our last one.
Nintendo is the last one.
So we just even personally, I don't know how you feel, Jeremy, but personally, Nintendo's the one that took the cake for me.
Yep, Nintendo won.
There was a lot of standout stuff, just really quick, which we'll talk about way more on the actual podcast, but just super quick. Big takeaways for me personally. DBZ Fighters, that's going to be the next biggest fighter for fucking
Dragon Ball Z, by the way.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know.
Yes, sorry, yeah. Well, yeah, and then also, too, it's still debating if it's Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Dragon Ball Fighters. So we'll see what's going on with that. Shadow Colossus Remake, which I think is awesome. Spider-Man's going to fucking kill it on PS4, calling it right now. And all of Nintendo.
Yeah, and then Wolfenstein 2, the
Xbox
One
Wolfenstein 2.
X,
yes.
Sea of Thieves. Those are some big takeaways.
Yeah.
Personally, one of the biggest ones for me was Battlefront.
There you go.
I cannot wait. And
he's so fucking excited.
Yeah.
Battlefront, yeah.
Battlefront is my
the minute that happened, he fucking texted me and was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Oh. And I can't blame him. The hype is real.
Yeah,
the hype is very
lost
real.
my shit.
But so on that note, guys, kind of like how we were talking about at the beginning, always check out the channel. We always appreciate the love and support. We brought up a lot of stuff, especially over all the E3 coverage.
Yes.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys checking us out and depending on us for all of your updated information.
In total, it's about 3 hours of post content.
Yes.
So
we tried to sum it up as best as possible, but also kind of give a little bit of our opinion. We didn't want to just be all factual because we never really played that game.
Yeah, we had Zach here to help out too, so he could do a couple
definitely,
things.
Helped us out, mow down a couple things.
Yep.
So yet again, guys, always check us out, Players of the Round Table. Always subscribe for all the latest updates and stuff like that. Always give the bell next to the subscribe and update or a ding or whichever. Just click on it so you get all our notifications for when we're coming out with stuff, because we've been coming out with a lot more stuff a lot more frequently.
Yep.
Check us out on the Facebook page. It's where you're going to hear every update for anything that gets talked about ever.
Yep, between us and Two Guys One Live Stream.
Bingo.
Speaking of both Facebook pages and both Twitch pages.
Exactly. Yep, that's what I was just going to bring up. Yep, we always live stream stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of upcoming Twitch events for both our channels, as well as just for me and Jeremy individually as well. So a lot of stuff.
Live streaming, Let's Plays. So
all the stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Yep. So please stay tuned for that. And yeah, on that note, guys, we're gonna finally wrap up all of E3. And then just last thing, like super last thing, get ready for episode 15 of the podcast. We're gonna be talking about a lot of our really personal thoughts on this stuff, and hopefully,
warning you now, it's gonna be a long one.
Bingo, and a lot of even upcoming stuff that got subtle details that we didn't get to really super, jam about.
Yep.
So on that note, guys, good night, good evening, and finally, good luck. Have a good one, guys.
See ya.
Later.